Hello, my name is Ngan. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Phan Thi Bảo Nhi, and you can call me Nhi for short.
Yes. In your speaking test, we will have three parts, and the speaking test part one will be about yourself. I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's discuss being on time. Yes. Do you think it is important to be on time?
To the best of my knowledge, being on time is just like crucial to some country because going to somewhere on time is decide whether you are a really polite person or not. They also evaluate your personality and your behavior.
Yes. Is this normal for people in Vietnam to be late for appointments?
As far as I know, Vietnamese people usually, or no, not usually, they sometimes go to this like school or they work palace late. I think it's because of the traffic. Then they also like don't really care about how important other people will evaluate if they go to somewhere late.
How do you feel if other people are late and make you wait?
I have to face some situation that people like my friends or my family go to late or be late to me. And at that moment, I felt really late and somehow I really angry about that because we have made a plan about that really clearly, but they just break it and they went late. So I really irritated and angry.
Okay, let's move on to leisure time. Leisure time.
Yeah.
What activities do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I usually playing sport like badminton with my friends because playing badminton make my mind become relaxed and I can also take it easy after a hardworking day at school.
Yeah. Do you think that people at your age have enough free time?
To the best of my knowledge, teenagers nowadays have to do many work and have to focus really stressed on the study, so they don't have enough time to relax themselves and they don't have enough time to take part in the social activities. But I think that the parents and also the school should reduce the amount of time for studying for them to improving the social skill.
Yeah. Let's move on to the speaking test part 2. I'm going to give a topic and you will have 1 minute to think about it, to prepare for it. And after that you will have 2 minutes to talk about it. The topic is describe a short vacation that impressed you. You will have 1 minute to think about it, to prepare. And I will tell you when your time is finished. Alright, you may begin speaking now.
One of the vacation that I really enjoyed was that time when I were on the vacation with my parents to Dalat. And when I first came to Dalat, I was really impressed by the weather and also by the magnificent landscape around Dalat. It was surrounded with many trees and flowers, and to me the most memorable moment during that trip was the time that I went to the waterfall. At that moment, I feel that although it was really wet and cold, I really enjoyed all the moment in that because I feel like I can release all my stress away, and I can also enjoy the magnificent landscape around that waterfall. And to Dalat is now really famous for for the tourists around the world, and even in Vietnam and even around the world. So there are really many tourists come to Dalat, and the environment is somehow like it is like polluted somehow. I feel that because on the street there are many vehicles and transportation, so the atmosphere is just like not as fresh as it was, and I feel really bad for it because Dalat used to be a really romantic city. So so it is almost destroyed by the development of society and community. So I think that government and also the tourists themselves should raise the notion about protecting Dalat. And even to me, I also want to do something like talk to people like the tourists to through the rubbish in the right way. And even more, if I had another chance to visit to any country, I would choose Dalat again because of its magnificent landscape and also the really friendly people.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on to the speaking test part 3. We'll discuss about the impact of travel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what things can a person learn by traveling?
Can you repeat the question?
What things can a person learn by traveling?
By paying a visit to an other country and other palace, we can learn a lot of things. Like we can like broaden our horizon, and we can like improve the knowledge about that country or that culture of that country. We can also have a chance to meet a lot of people and make friends with them.
Yeah. So, how does tourism affect the local people who live in a popular holiday destination?
The tourists has impact negatively to the local people, like they can somehow throw the rubbish on the wrong way, so it affect a lot to the environment of that space. And furthermore, the local people also they don't really care about to some country if the number of tourists is more higher, so the price will be improved, and that's so the local people have to face with the highest price problems at the living space.
Okay, so that is the speaking test. Thank you.